this video, I'm going to outline what a high-range guideline judgment is, how the guideline is applied in court for high-range drink driving offences, and what an ordinary case, what a second or subsequent offence, and what moral culpability is under the law. The high-range guideline judgment basically provides a guide to New South Wales courts at deciding on an appropriate sentence or penalty to impose on sentence for high-range drink driving offences. The guideline is used by judges and magistrates when they're imposing a sentence for a high-range drink driving case. The high-range drink driving guideline judgment basically says the following. If it's an ordinary case and it's your first offence of high-range drink driving, a Section 10 non-conviction penalty can apply but will rarely be appropriate. A conviction can't be avoided just because the traffic offenders program has been completed. The automatic licence disqualification will be appropriate, which can be reduced if there's good reason for the court to do it, such as a strong need for a licence. If it's an ordinary case and it's your second or subsequent offence, it'll rarely be appropriate for a court to impose just a conviction with a good behaviour bond period, which is now considered a conditional release order with conviction or community corrections order with conviction. It would very rarely be appropriate for a court to impose a non-conviction sentence or penalty such as a Section 10 dismissal or non-conviction conditional release order. It would be inappropriate for a court to impose a sentence less severe than a community service order, which now includes community corrections order if the previous offence was also a high-range drink driving offence. If there's an increased level of moral culpability and it's your first offence, it would very rarely be appropriate for a court to impose just a non-conviction or conviction penalty, such as a Section 10 dismissal or conditional release order with or without a criminal record. It would be inappropriate for a court to impose a sentence of anything other than imprisonment of some kind, such as intensive corrections order or ICO, alternative to full-time jail, or full-time jail if there's numerous aggravating factors present to a significant degree. If there's an increased level of moral culpability and it's your second or subsequent offence, it would generally be inappropriate for a court to impose a sentence of less severity than either full-time jail or an intensive corrections order, which is an alternative to full-time jail. It would be inappropriate for a court to impose anything other than full-time jail if there are numerous aggravating factors present to a significant degree or there's a previous high-range drink driving offence. The guideline judgment doesn't prevent a court from imposing a non-conviction sentence such as a Section 10 dismissal or conditional release order without conviction if it considers it's appropriate in the circumstances to do so. What's an ordinary case of high-range drink driving? Now, an ordinary case of high-range drink driving is when the person who committed the offence drove to avoid personal inconvenience or thought that he or she was not sufficiently affected by alcohol, was detected by police at random for an RBT, is a person of otherwise good character, has either nil or minor traffic offences on their record, was issued with an immediate suspension by the police at the time, pleads guilty in court, has little or no risk of reoffending, and will be significantly inconvenienced from a licence disqualification. What's a second or subsequent offence? A second or subsequent offence is if you've previously been convicted of a major offence, including any drink driving offence, within the last 5 years from the date that the court convicts you for your current high-range drink driving offence. Otherwise, it'll be considered a first offence. So what is moral culpability? Moral culpability can be looked at as the wrongfulness of your conduct or blameworthiness for your drink driving offence. Generally, a higher moral culpability attracts a heavier sentence, whilst a lower moral culpability attracts a lighter sentence. Factors that increase moral culpability under the guideline judgment include the following aggravating factors. The extent the alcohol reading or BAC is above the high range threshold of 0.15, aggressive or erratic driving, collision, showing off or competitive driving, length of the journey, placing others at risk, number of people put at risk from the driving. Now this includes the number of people in the vehicle. Now for more information on high range drink driving guideline judgment, browse through our page or call our 24/7 hotline to arrange a free consultation with one of our experienced drink driving lawyers today. Thanks for watching.